Hello and welcome to the Federal. Today, India registered a famous test win by 336 runs over England in the second match at Edgbaston in Birmingham. The five-test series for Anderson Tendulkar Trophy is now level at 1-1. To discuss this historic victory, we have former cricketer Deepak Chougule, who is also a coach now. Thanks, Deepak, for talking to the Federal.
It's my pleasure.
Deepak, you just saw how India registered a famous win at Edgbaston. They had not won at this venue since 1967. Nine attempts, and your first thoughts.
I think the way India has made a comeback after the first Test series, a Test match. It's been great because a lot of questions were raised on the captaincy, on the attitude of the players, and the approach. I think the younger generation of Indian team has shown the right path, and they have done which none of the teams have done till now. From 1969, as you mentioned, they have not won a tournament, not won a Test uh, for so many years. I think the overall approach, I think, was great, and the intent of winning a Test game, because obviously any uh, out of country Test games are very challenging. Because of the conditions as well as I'm sure the opponents are very up to the mark, but the conditions make it very tough. Uh, I think we have seen how the batters have adapted so well
Right.
to the conditions, saying, you have seen the scores coming in with Shubman getting a double and 100 in first and
100.
second.
I was about to ask you about the way Captain Shubman Gill is batting in the series so far. He's been brilliant, no pressure. First series as captain, overseas tour to score a double hundred and a hundred, big hundreds, 269 and 161. Incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think, he's shouldered the responsibility very well, captaincy as well as taking the responsibility of anchoring as a main batter all throughout. You see the number of balls he's played, 387 balls, and then here you go of 162. The second inning, which demanded quick runs, he's made sure that he's got a strike rate of almost 100 there, and giving ample time for our bowlers, to make a match out of it.
And talking about bowlers, Deepak, brilliant change. Akash Deep coming in 4 wickets and 10 wicket haul in the match. He definitely has turned. There were some question marks over the selection, the playing 11 on the first day because Jasprit Bumrah wasn't there, and to come back and take 10 wickets, and even say Mohammad Siraj 6 wickets in the first innings.
Absolutely. I think, they have really worked after the first test game, worked on their right lens, which was missing in the first test game. I think they have come back harder, and I think they have gone onto the drawing board, made sure, all the strategies are in place, and you saw the execution today. They were spot
Right.
on from the first delivery. And like you said, I think Akash Deep a change. We have seen Akash Deep's domestic performances. He's been incredibly, I think so many wickets he's picked up
Yeah.
over the seasons, and it's not only one season. Over seasons he's been doing that. I think you have seen him. um, he belonged there from the first ball. He showed us
Right.
that, and he was very well planned. You saw the strategies, and you saw how he sets up Joe Root, going wide of the crease and shaping it out. I think they have done their homework.
Right, right. And talking about, I want to ask you about the whole baseball. And last night also, England said we can chase any target, but it was like 600, 500 plus, 600 plus is always out of reach, whatever they claim. So, do you think does it work all the time? And did that delay in India's declaration in the second innings?
Uh, uh, Being a cricketer, every match or every conditions or every day of a game demands something out of it. And
Right,
baseball, it's one dimensional, one gear. There is no second gear there. So most often than not, once the opponents reads you, the intent of the game, they would definitely come with a strategy. Obviously they're also test cricketers, and I'm sure they have their strategy in place, and which we saw today. Yeah, but the delay definitely was because a 400 and a 600 makes a lot of difference.
Right.
And in fact, we had ample time into this match, so that's the reason that delay was sensible.
And Deepak, talking about the next match, which is at Lords, and India might welcome back Jasprit Bumrah as well, and it would boost India's chances more, and there's a chance that India can go up to one. And I would like to ask you, like, what will be the changes? Like, if Jasprit Bumrah comes back, will it be Prasidh Krishna dropping out because he's not been doing well in these two Test matches? And since you're also from Bangalore and he's from Bangalore, you have seen him grow as a cricketer, you interacted with him. So, what is lacking for him? Could you analyze his bowling, Krishna's bowling?
Absolutely. The first question, I'm sure if Bumrah is fit, well rested, I think it would be Prasid's. He would be taking Prasid's place for sure, because Prasid has got ample opportunities in this Test series. He's been bowling quite a number of overs, but I think he's been hitting hard lengths, maybe a T20 length than a Test length, and obviously England it swings, so you have to be slightly upfront.
Right.
Maybe a yard up would definitely help him, and because his seam position is so great, the wrist position is good, I'm sure he's get the ball going, swinging, which would help him. Whatever balls is bowled up, you've seen the batsman struggling. I'm sure that switch has to happen at the earliest. uh, yeah, spent a lot of time with Prasid in
Yeah.
local leagues and Ranji Trophy, and interacted a lot. He's a very good mind, and I'm sure whenever he's going to make a comeback again into the series at some point, he would be a better bowler for sure, because he would definitely learn from these mistakes.
And I want to draw your attention even in the first test because Bumrah was doing all the bulk of the bowling and taking wickets and he lacked support. So going into the next test, he will have Siraj and Akash Deep both in form. So India will be very confident of doing well at Lords, isn't it?
Absolutely, I think this win will boost the morale of the team, one, and because the batters have been doing the chunk of the job. 587 in a first inning, and that too in England, and coming back and getting to 427 for six declared. So you can see the domination in batting.
Right, right.
It's just that, yeah, I'm sure the bowling is coming in place at this point, with the spinners also coming and chipping in, keeping it very tight, where runs are not leaked. So I think they're working well as a bowling unit too.
Deepak, I've asked you before as well. How do you rate? It's too early, but how do you rate Shubman Gill's captaincy so far in these two Test matches? Do you think he's not under pressure and he's batting well? And what about his? Since you are a coach as well, how impressed are you with his field placings, the change of bowling? And in a Test match, it's very difficult over a period of 5 days.
Absolutely, I think a young captain coming in, but he has spent a lot of time with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So and a bit of Dhoni too. So I'm sure he has all these minds, and he's read them, and he's seen how the strategies have been in place, and when the field patients have been done, when the bowling changes have been done, and for what reasons. So I think spending time with these good captains has helped him, and I'm sure he'll take a piece of a leaf from everyone's captaincy, and I'm sure he'll grow as a good captain for sure. He's young, definitely, and we could see in his first series, getting into England and doing what people have not done from 1969. And I'm sure that's because of his captaincy, and you can see there is no pressure at all into his batting. See, the performance is coming in.
And one last question, Deepak. Where do you rate this win for India? It's a famous win, as we have been mentioning since 1967. India had not won at Edgbaston. It's a famous win. Where do you rate this win for India?
I mean, if you see, they've been doing the unthinkable for the last 4 5 years in Test cricket. They have been going into Australia and winning the series. They have been doing this quite often now. Yeah, but England, we have not done that earlier, and going there and doing this will be quite special because England being the home of cricket and going there and beating them at Edgbaston, which has not happened for quite some years, would be definitely special and right up there.
Thanks for your thoughts, Deepak.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.